So what do you do after your weekend? Huh? Do you just relax and do a lot of nothing, or do you have time to reflect? Hi, it's Bill. This is Creative License. Thanks again for being a part of my little dog and pony show. And here I am doing what I do after I do an event outdoors. Something that I used to give my friend Jim Cerone a lot of crap about. I'm out here wiping off all of my power cords. Yeah, Jim gets a lot of crap for being like the neatest, cleanest DJ in the history of the world. But there's a lot to be said for keeping your stuff neat and clean. And it's been a while since I've been a part of any of these. It's been a while since I've, done any outdoor weddings, and this was an outdoor wedding in a barn, in a new barn, in a really dusty part of a farm during a drought in Wisconsin. So when I got back, all of my cables and all of my gear were filled with dust and grime and grit. So here I am, cleaning up, wrapping up, thinking about my friend Jim Cerone. Jim Cerone, the perfect host. You've heard of him, right? You should look him up. He is on Facebook if you're not already friends with him. And he talks a lot about how we as DJs or entertainers, or the person who is seen the most at the event, is the host of the event. And if you're going to be the host of the event, you should actually understand what it means to be a great host, a polite host, a perfect host. If you're the host of the event, you are responsible for the event, right? Here, see. You're responsible for how your cords look and how clean they are. You are responsible for everything that goes on. So if you take on that responsibility of that, what are you willing to do? How are you willing to be? How good are you willing to get at your job so that when you do your job for people, it is perfect, right? The perfect host takes on the responsibility of the speeches, takes on the responsibility of the layout, takes on the responsibility of how things look, and how what he does and what other people do in the event are affected, and how they affect the event and the next thing to happen. Jim's a really smart guy, and he will tell you the same thing. He's been thinking about this for years, and honestly thought that most people thought about this for years. How would you host the event if you were in charge? Now, I can hear some of you out there thinking to yourselves, yeah, but I'm not in charge. The bride and groom are in charge. Okay, I suppose that's true, but once they hire you and they hand you a microphone and they expect you to be sure that the end of the evening is exactly as they wish it to be, that every little thing that you announce and introduce are exactly what they're supposed to be, then how are you not responsible? How are you not in charge of the event? And if you haven't talked to your client about that, that's kind of a shame, because it takes a lot of power out of your hands. It takes a lot of things will happen now that are no longer in your control. And that wouldn't be so bad if, in fact, the people that were watching you didn't think it was in your control. I think it was my friend Mark Farrell who said on one of his seminars that if you're DJing and the photographer walks by and kicks out your plug and all the power goes dead, who are they looking at and who is responsible? Every little thing happens in an event, you're responsible. Somebody finds keys, you're responsible. Somebody finds a phone, you're responsible. The wrong song gets played by mistake, you're responsible. The bride's mother doesn't like a song that she didn't tell you she didn't like, but all of a sudden it got played. You're responsible. If you're responsible anyway, why wouldn't you take on more responsibility? Why wouldn't you take on being the perfect host? You want to know more about Jim? You should check him out. The Perfect Host. I think it's you can go to theperfecthost.com, or you can look him up. Jim Cerone on Facebook. He's an easy guy to get a hold of. And if you ever get a chance to reach out to him and talk to him and or see him speak, you will be very, very happy. That's what I got to say today. This is Bill. This is Creative License, and I'll see you next time. Bye.